If you're a game developer, you've faced this before. Scope creep. Scope creep is when you start making a game with a simple, doable idea that has a small scope, but then you think of another thing to add before you have completed your original idea. This happens again and again and again. Before you know it, the project scope has gone out of control, and you lose all motivation to continue making the game. Trust me, when I first started out, this kept happening to me, and the majority of my projects were never completed, until I started doing this. And this allowed me to start finishing my projects, not get burnt out, and be happy with my games. But before I reveal the solution, you should subscribe. It's free, and it really helps me out. Now back to the video. The solution to scope creep is simple. First, you're going to go to Trello.com and make a new board. Next, you are going to make two lists, one named To Do and one named Done. In the to-do list, you're going to add a card for every feature you want in your game. Try to keep it simple. Then, as you make your game, every time you complete a feature, you move it to the done list. But you can't add anything to the to-do list. Finally, once you have completed your to-do list, you can add more things to it, or you can be done with your game. This method works especially well in game jams, but you can use it for any game. I can guarantee that if you do this method properly, you will not face scope creep and you will finish your game. But before we can make our game, we need a doable game idea. Although this looks different for everyone, depending on their skill level, I'll give you a few pointers. Don't try to make a AAA game with the most realistic graphics possible. AAA studios have hundreds of people to make the game, and you don't. You'll just end up never completing the project. Number 2. Try to make your game actually fun, because if it's not fun, no one's gonna play it. The best way to test this is by making a prototype first and seeing if the idea is actually fun before you continue making the game. Number 3, have a consistent art style. Nothing looks worse than combining pixel art and vector art. Having a stylized art style always looks better than realistic graphics. Now you can go and make your game without facing scope creep. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.